Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Step into the Portal. My name is the Brandt, and I'm very excited because today, finally, we are playing X-Men Mutant Genesis, the Marvel Champions expansion. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. If you don't know, Step into the Portal is a channel that is brought to you by a game store called The Portal, which is in Manchester, Connecticut. You can check it out, www.theportalct.com. We also have a podcast called The Portal Game Podcast, where you can see all sorts of other games and things that we play on the channel reviewed there. So check those out. And if you happen to be driving through the Manchester, Connecticut area, which is right along your way from New York City to Boston, definitely come and say hello to us. Here we go. Woo! It's here. It's here. I got so excited I went and learned the theme song on piano, so I played the old 90s one. You can check out that clip somewhere. How is everybody doing today? Happy Monday morning. Going to get a chance to play. I'm very excited to play here. Tonight, I am playing with a group of content creators as well. We're going to play the fourth scenario in the box together, so I'm excited because it's many people that I haven't had a chance to play with before. And then tomorrow, I'm super excited, no offense to everybody else, but I get to play with Larry again. If you go back on the channel like a year and a half or so, Larry and I played this game together all the time, and he is back, and we are playing the entire campaign tomorrow all the way through, so that will be really exciting. So check that out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hey, I also have good news. I have a giveaway on this video. So here are a set of promos. I don't remember when these were from, but this is a set of Wave 1 promos, and I am giving these away. I've got Doctor Strange, Captain America, Hulk, 3 copies of Desperate Defense, 3 copies of Dropkick, and 3 copies of Avengers Assemble. And all 12 of those cards I am giving away. So what do you need to do to win? You need to, first off, be a subscriber to the channel. So please hit the subscribe button. This is going to be a subscriber giveaway. Thumb up this video, and then in the comments down below, tell me which hero from the X-Men cycle, from the Mutant Genesis cycle, are you most looking forward to playing. So if you leave that comment down below in the video, subscribe to the channel, and give it a thumbs up on this video, then I will pick 2 people at random who do that, and 2 people at random that I will give away a full set of promos for. So all 12 of these cards can be yours if you don't have these ones already. I know people have been playing for a while, may already have those. They were from a while back, but I thought it was exciting. Found these at our store, and I was like, hey, I got to give these away, so what better time? So please do those things. Subscribe to the channel. Tell me down below which X-Men hero are you most looking forward to, and I will pick 2 winners at random. All right, thanks, everybody. Here we go. We're going to play. So today I'm going to do the second and third scenarios. Originally, I had said I was going to do Sabretooth, but I think that you will see, you've seen people play Sabretooth and whatnot, and so I figured I would skip past Sabretooth and play the 2 Sentinel ones. So the second one is one you saw FFG do live. I think it's my favorite scenario in the box. I'm going to play that one first. And then after that, I'll play the Master Mold scenario, which is very hard. I'm going to be playing we're going to be playing the pre-con decks tomorrow. So I have those. So I actually built some decks. So the first one, I'm going to be playing with Colossus in Aggression and with Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat in Justice, and then I will switch them to their original aspects for the second scenario that I play. So whatever that takes me, I figure about an hour a scenario. So we're probably going to be here for about 2 hours this morning, and then again, 7:30 tonight, you can see us playing the Mansion Attack. Mansion Attack? I feel like it's weird. I think it's a Mansion Attack scenario. As well, and we'll have a full 4-player game there, so it should be exciting. I don't have Jean Grey and Cyclops, so those will be coming into our store next week. Like for many people, the release of this is September 30th, which is just next Friday. Next Friday, I think, as people are going to correct me there. So it's really close. So yeah, as those come in next week, then I'll get a chance to play with those heroes as well. And thank you to Fantasy Flight Games for sending a copy or giving me a copy of this to be able to play that we could do on the channel. So there is that. How is everybody doing? It's here, right? Da-da-da-da-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. All right. I don't know how long I can do that before YouTube will be like, no! All right, so let's go down to the table and check this out. Hello to Eric. Hello to Demetrios. Hello, Spartan. Black Dog. Logan. Working, so I won't be able to watch most of this live. That is okay. Feel free to watch after and put your comment down below if you want to win some of those promos. All right. Just let me know sound is good and everything. I know my lighting's a little bright here, but this is what we got, so this is what we're going with. I went and got more lights to try, and it's still the same thing, so I think it's just this room. It's very, very tiny. Like, the ceiling is here, and then it slopes way down, so it's just going to be how it is. All right, so here's our scenario. We've got Colossus here going first. We've got Shadowcat over here. She has this solid mass form and face form. By the way, if you're watching this later or you don't know and you're saying, but we need to see all the cards, you can go back. I put a video on the channel. My wife, thank you, Kathy, she was genius. She said, just use your phone. Use your phone and video all the cards, because no matter what, if I zoom this in, you still can't read the cards. I don't know why. So I did that. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, more cameras. So anyway, so I filmed all the cards using my phone, and I put that video together so you can go back and watch that, and I'm pretty sure you can probably check out the cards on Hall of Heroes today at some point. So if you need to see the cards, I will read everything I can to you that is new as I'm playing through here. But there's that piece. All right, what do we got people saying? Sound is good. Hoping for Nightcrawler. Looking forward to that hero the most. Nice. Oh, already have the promo, so don't include me. No problem. Sounds good. Looking forward to Cyclops. The other video looked good. Yeah, I know. That's just funny, right? That's just a phone camera, and it's somewhat better. But live is a whole different thing, and I love playing live because I love having all of you with me and just kind of that energy that goes there. Because really, I'm not a solo gamer for that. All right, so I did try to include some of the new cards, but honestly, there's some that are a little tricky. Without Cyclops and Jean Grey, I don't have a lot of stuff for leadership and for I don't have allies specifically for leadership and justice cards for Shadowcat, but I figured I would try it anyway. So here's the deck here. I do have Professor X and the X Mansion. Def Focus is a must include in both these heroes. Team Strike is not really a card I've come around on yet, but we'll have to see. There's a ton of minions in here, so into the fray left and right. I did put one of these attack trainings because putting this on Logan is pretty amazing. You get him up to 4 attack with piercing, and he's got 6 health, and he heals one every turn, so he basically becomes almost unlimited at that point. You know, I wanted to use those attack cards. What are they called? I have them over here. Aggressive Energy. But I found that these cards that just kind of give you a bonus for playing them just aren't as good as for Colossus, so I put the Power of Aggressions in. The X-Jet, I have Lockjaw in here to help me with threat, and then I've got his cards. So that's kind of a preview of what you'll see here. So with the built decks, I know I won't have all that same stuff as well. Tonight I'm going to play Shadowcat, and I'm going to put her on Protection, so you can see that one, that deck there as well. And then tomorrow we'll play the precons as is, so you'll get to see all the new cards and whatnot. Yeah, the Tactics cards will be awesome on Cyclops. Wolverine. There you go. He is definitely a favorite. That's great. Thomas says, listening, watching as I watch kids in PE play scooter hockey. Awesome. Don't let them run over their fingers. I think that was the thing when I was a kid on scooter hockey. It was like, don't put your fingers underneath the thing, and then inevitably somebody would get their fingers run over on those little scooters. That was fun, though. I remember doing that. I think I might be hitting that age where I just don't know if I could do that stuff anymore. I feel like I can play, like, field sports, but that actual, like, get down low and do stuff gets tougher now. Waiting for Cable one day. Nice. All right. All right, so I'll shuffle this one up. I will go through that scenario, and I'll read through some of these cards as I play. All right, so over here with her, I gave her a Ready to Rumble and an Endurance to give her health. Again, Def Focus. And then, I think somebody said it in the other video, but I gave her a ton of One Way or Another's and Stealth Strikes, as well as Lay Down the Laws. So this is very event-heavy. Overwatch, which is going to be very powerful here, and Jessica Jones, because there's a ton of schemes in play. and obviously the skilled investigators too. So she's got those. So Stealth Strike I like because you can pay for Stealth Strike with these, and there's a lot of minions to defeat. Helps us get rid of threat. So I've got one resource here, so if I have a double, boom, I can just play Stealth Strike. I'm changing forms a lot. It's really fun with her since you can defend and change forms. You can remove threat off turn, which is kind of nice to avoid something like advance. And then one way or another is to go get these side schemes out of the deck, so we can go through that as well. And I probably should have another Overwatch in here, honestly, but I don't. So this is what I've got in here. So there you go. That's the majority of her deck. I know I don't have it all laid out. I'm not sure if I have that. The nurse hates that I let him use scooters. Yeah, it's true, but whatever. They're fun, right? I don't know. I don't want to say whatever if somebody gets like really hurt, but there's that. All right. All right, so for this scenario, Night of the Sentinels, this is very fun. I saw somebody allude to it. They said, man, this is like episode 1 of the cartoon. It absolutely is episode 1 of the cartoon. So we're going to use the Project Wide Awake deck as well as the Zero Tolerance side set, modular set, and the standard set, and then we're also going to add in the Sentinels one. So here is the Zero Tolerance, here is the Sentinels, here are our standard ones. I'm just going to play on standard. I've actually had a lot of trouble with this on Expert, and I think they've done a good job making standard, standard, and it's playable, and you can use the decks in the box for the most part. Magneto's very tough. And then, on Expert, that's where it gets tough, and you really have to build and plan and whatnot. So it is interesting there. All right, so here's this one. We're going to set each captive ally. So we have the 4 captive allies here. I also thought by playing Justice and pulling these out with one way or another, you'd get to see more of these allies. So they are set aside here, kind of similar to the Taskmaster one. And then we're going to reveal Operation Zero Tolerance. So this card makes it, after an enemy attacks and defeats an ally, place that ally face down under this scheme. So no chump blocking. This has 3 per player on it. And if there are X face-down cards under this scheme, the players lose the game. X is 3 more than the number of players. So we got 2 players, so we can have 5 cards under there. It only has 6 threat, but oh no, right here on the other side it says Operation Zero Tolerance gains permanent. So this is staying in play. So I have the 6 threat on it. It can technically be removed, but the card doesn't go away. So I'm just putting a die there with 6 threat. I could do something like Overwatch and put it there to get rid of threat somewhere else. I could use something like Clear the Area to draw a card if I pulled that threat. So there is threat there. And it is possible to do things with it, but I'm going to kind of save myself a few of those tokens and just drop that die there to go with it. All right, so then we will shuffle these up. So after threat is placed here, if there's at least 5 threat per player, the first player places the top card of their deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance, and then remove 5 threat per player from this scheme. So this is going to start with 2 on it. Every time it gets to 10, we get 1/5 of our lost condition. We also have Mutants at the Maul Out. When defeated, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Sentinel minion and reveals it. Flip this card and put Jubilee into play, discarding any other version of Jubilee from play. So we're going to add Jubilee in there as well, and she's on the other side, and I will show you Jubilee when we get there. And then the Sentinel is a 2/2 with toughness and 16 health per player, so 32 health, so that's pretty high. First player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Abduction Protocol side scheme and reveals it. So we're going to put this one into play. So boy, we've got 4 schemes here. This is why I got Jessica Jones. The player who defeated this scheme takes 1 random set-aside captive ally and puts it into play under their control. And that has 6 threat on it. So there's lots there. Well, so Spartan says it's weird that you don't get anything for clearing this. So the reason is this is in the next scenario, and you can clear it. So that's why they made it that way. And they also made it so you could shuffle it in. You could shuffle a lost condition into some of your other scenarios. So that's the reason. It's so that it can be played with other scenarios. All right, there we go. We are shuffled up. We are going to draw 6 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, Lockjaw will get pitched immediately. Shadowcat as well. I don't need armor up. I can stun and confuse. I forgot this Sentinel can be stunned and confused, huh? So there is that option. of doing that turn 1, but I think I'll get built. Really, threat is what I need to control a lot of. So I think I'm not going to worry about stunning, confusing, and all that. I'm just going to go here otherwise. 2, 3, 4. So not much for threat removal from him. So in addition, my setup is I search for organic steel from my deck and put it into play. So it can't be in my discard pile, but there are 2 copies. So the odds will be pretty low that you won't end up, you know, with one of those or whatever. So, all right, not a ton to do with him. So we'll see what threat we can remove here with Kitty Pryde. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to lay down the law. And Lockjaw. I got 2 lay down the laws. So I could clear this threat. I could clear this off of here. I can actually clear both of these if I want to. So that's probably going to be my play. I may use Eros for that. I could then put this down if I keep Lockjaw. Be able to pay for that one. And I could put the room down. So I actually think I'm in pretty good shape here. Does it matter what form I'm in? No, not really. All right. So that looks good. We should be able to clear a lot of threat. So that might allow me to stay down turn 1 here. So let me pitch this Maid of Rage to play my Studio. My Studio will let me flip until I get a card, and it is Bulletproof Protector, which is discard a tough status card. Sorry, I should tell you what this one does. Exhaust this, discard cards from my deck until I discard a Colossus card and add it to my hand. So the first Colossus card I got, I know this is... Oh, this isn't quite off camera, is it? So this one lets me discard a tough status card and either ready or give myself 2 tough status cards. So there you go. And then I'm just going to do some build here. So I'm going to use the Power in All of Us and the Bulletproof Protector to play my Titanium Muscles, which gives me +1 attack. And I can exhaust it to get punch resources, physical resources equal to the number of tough status cards I have. And then I'm going to do these 2 for an Organic Steel, which has 2 counters on it. And when I lose a tough status card, I can exhaust this, get rid of a counter, and get a tough back. So I could flip up, but I don't really have much I could do. I could remove 1 threat or deal 3 damage. And he's tough, so I'm just going to stay down here turn 1 because I know Kitty can take care of the rest. So I'm going to get rid of my Phased Strike, which allows me to deal 6 damage and remove an attachment. Possibly I'm going to play Kitty's Room. I'm going to use my action here to flip to this form, my Phased form, and then I can exhaust this to draw a card. So that's going to be a one way or another. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to trigger well, but I'm going to hold that for next turn. So I am then going to flip to hero form. When I flip to hero form, I'm going to use Eros to play Lay Down the Law, remove 4 threat here. And then I'm going to also respond with... Oh, man, do I want to keep Lockheed? I have more one way or another's, huh? All right. So I will play... Wow, this one lets me go get... Yeah, I'm going to have allies. So I'm going to play another Lay Down the Law. I'm going to remove 4 threat from Mutants at the Mall. And I'm going to search for someone and put them into play. So I'm going to get this Sentinel Mark IV, which has Guard and Patrol. So I cannot thwart the main scheme. And it is a 2/2 with 4 health. Thanks, Steve. Steve says, go me. All right, so these are gone. And I believe the first player gets Jubilee is how that works, which is a little weird. Yep. So Jubilee is a 1/1 with 3 health. She has victory -1. The first player controls her. She doesn't go towards ally limit. It feels a little backwards here on my... That seems better. Okay. I can exhaust her and spend a lightning resource and deal 2 damage to an enemy. So I would like to be able to defeat this, but I think I'm just going to let it hit me. What I'm going to do instead is thwart. And I'm going to thwart for 2 here, get rid of the abduction protocol. So this has victory, so it goes away. And then I get a random captive, which will be Cannonball. And so Cannonball takes 1 less consequential damage if it defeats a minion. So I'm going to have Cannonball here attack for 2, and get this one partway down. But will take that damage, but could kill next turn. So there we go. We cleared a lot of those schemes. We've got a lot of setup over here. And away we go. So Jubilee's now going to be my first player token, so I will get rid of my first player token here and just use her for that instead. All right, looks good. So we come over here and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a combat train. We've got that X-Jet. We do have this armor up we could play. So if we wanted to be able to not add threat. But I think I'm okay with threat right now, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right. So we're going to add 1 threat per player here. This will go to 4. Then he will scheme for 2 plus 1, 2. So that's going to go up 4 more and go to 8. If it gets to 10, we have to add a card. So it's getting close. And then over here... Oop, I did not draw my cards. Come on, quick shift. Nope, no quick shift. All right. So over here, what are we going to do? All right, we will defend against the attack, which is going to be for 2 plus attach this card to the villain, so they have retaliate and +1 scheme. So they're going to attack me for 2. I take no damage because I blocked for 2. While she's defending, she can't take any damage. I flip to this form, and then this one's going to attack me for 2, and I go down to 7. All right, here we go. First encounter card is an Assault that will surge into Adaptive Armor. So it gets +8 hit points and goes to 40. So I definitely want to remove that, switching from Phase 2 to Phase 3. 3 Lightning Bolts to get rid of that. And a Sentinel Mark V. If targeted for elimination is attached to your identity, it attacks you. Otherwise, search the encounter deck. And it would attack me even if I was in Alter Ego. So here's targeted for elimination. Attach it. While it's attached to me, and I'm engaged with a Sentinel minion, I can't change from hero form to Alter Ego, and I have to exhaust to get rid of it. All right, there we go. So we will pass Jubilee over here and see what we can do. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is play one way or another, and I'm going to search the deck one way or another. I'm going to find abduction protocols. Sorry, I killed that. All right, 3, 6. So 6 is going to go on that, and we're going to be able to get another ally, and then we draw 3 cards. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, Jessica Jones is going to be super clutch. Can I play both of these? 1, 2, 3. I can. Can I get Def Focus out too? I think I'm pushing it. Unless I find a way to flip down. So my Def Focus can play a lot of my cards cheaper, but I think if I do that... Ooh, I can. All right, so I'm going to drop this Acute Control for a Def Focus. Then Deft Focus and Solid Mass Form are going to exhaust to play Shadowcat Surprise. And I'm going to ready and deal 3 damage to an enemy. So now that I've done that, I have to flip to this phased mass form. Then I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 for Jessica Jones. And Jessica is able to thwart for 1, 2, 3. So close. So I could use Jubilee, which I think will be my plan because he could finish that one off there. All right. How we doing? We did 1 turn. Is it looking good so far for people? I hope so. All right, so I'm going to thwart for 2, bring this down to 4. Then I'm going to have Jessica Jones thwart for 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use Jubilee to thwart for 1. Remove this. This gets removed. We get another random captive. She doesn't count towards my limit, so I'm good. And I get Boom Boom. Nice. All right, so when Boom Boom attacks, she places a bomb counter on an enemy, and she deals 2 damage to that enemy. So I am going to have Cannonball attack and kill this Sentinel, and he doesn't take consequential. All right. So that is done. Now, Boom Boom could kill this one, or put one on here. I would take 2 for that. I also need to thwart that main scheme down a little bit. What do I have over here? Not much for threat. I do have an attack training. All right, so yeah, it kind of doesn't matter too much. Let's do this action over here and flip and get a Steel Fist. So not really something that I need, so I'm probably looking at getting these cards into play. All right, so strangely enough, Boom Boom will thwart for 1 just to keep that from triggering. And I cannot flip down, so there's all those allies. I'll move my health to here. Slide these over a bit. All right. So now we're going to come over here to Colossus. Yeah, Shadowcat's definitely busy. It's tricky, and sometimes you can't pull off any combos, and other times it's very combo-rific. So it's definitely interesting on that front. All right, we're going to flip up to this form. Notice I have 7 cards in my hand, which is awesome. And I'm going to spend Armor Up and this double resource Strength to play the X-Jet, and I can exhaust that for a resource for anybody. So I'm going to use Titanium Muscles and my X-Jet to play my combat training. So now I can attack for 4, because Titanium Muscles is also giving me an extra 1. And then I will take... boy, I'm going to get rid of magic. I guess not. I'll get rid of the Steel Fist, although I can stun and confuse him, huh? So maybe I won't do that. I'll get rid of magic and play attack training. And who am I going to put this on? +1 attack and +2 hit points. Kind of like it on Jubilee, but I can play her. Maybe Boom Boom, because she can deal a lot of damage. So we'll put that one. It has to be attached to an X-Men ally, but she is an X-Men ally, so we're good there. All right, and then we'll hold the Steel Fist, and then I'm just going to punch for 4, which is a little bit overkill, but we'll take out this Sentinel Mark IV. All right, so there we go. We're getting some control going here. And we'll draw. We only get 4 cards, sadly, this time. But we do have Sentry, who I like a lot. So Sentry can come out, help us thwart a whole bunch. So that might be the goal, even though I get the extra encounter card. We'll ready up all of these allies, who we can't block with. So we're going to hope to draw a quick shift here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh, still no quick shift. So go with that. Yes, the X-Jet is unique. You can only have 1 in play. Yep, for the table. Sorry, but it is generate a resource for a player whose identity has the X-Men trait. So you can use it on anybody. It's like a helicarrier, Quinn carrier, right? It's a little bit combined there. So yeah, they're really encouraging you to play X-Men all together. So not one Avenger, one X-Men, whereas like we got the play a Guardian and an Avenger, and then we got the Alliance cards that could work really well there. So it's a little bit different. All right. Where are we at? So we're adding 2 threat to the main scheme. This is going to go to 9. So I'll have to take that down. Then he's going to attack here for 2. I'm going to exhaust to defend. +2 is 4. I take no damage when I'm defending. So this flips to solid mass form. And I changed forms, but there's nothing I can trigger here. So we're good. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, then attacking Colossus over here. I don't have any defense cards, but I have tough, so 2 plus... Oh no, 3 plus exhaust your identity. That stinks. Discard my tough status card, but I will trigger Organic Steel to put a tough status card back on. All right, so we got through that. Then over here, we're going to get an Abduction Protocols, and we're going to get a Sentinel Mark VI. So here's a little bit of a weird spot. I could just lose my tough. Probably just going to play Sentry anyway, because this has Quick Strike, or I could block with somebody over here, but I don't think any of it makes sense. So I'm just going to lose the tough for now. Kind of stinks because that's a resource, but we'll get through it. All right, so we're going to come over here with Jubilee. And it is our turn now. So I will... Man, am I going to do that and just let a card pop? I think so. So I'm going to play one way or another. And I'm going to go get another Abduction Protocols. Now those cards are going to be pretty dead in my deck, though. But we're going to have all these allies out. That's a call for action because it's not her turn first. And then we'll draw 3 to see what we get. 2, 3. There's Quick Shift finally. I do have a Stealth Strike. Lots of options for taking out minions. So it's really just a matter of getting rid of threat. We're just going to let this pop and lose a card is the plan. All right. We have some options here. All right, so first off, we're going to play Sentry using Power of, Steel Fist, and Team Strike. So we're going to get an additional encounter card. I know, everybody just panicked. Oh, actually, I could hold a card, but I think... Yeah, I think I'll just give it to her to get rid of threat. All right, so Sentry comes in. I can't do much here, which stinks. But Sentry can remove 2 threat 5 times, which is why I like Sentry a lot. Jubilee can only deal 1 damage, so we'll have to have somebody over here deal some damage. She can get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, so she can clear this one, which is good. So what do we want to do with Jubilee? What's nice is you can save this action sometimes and be able to do different things. So damage-wise, it's going to be Cannonball, and then that is going to kill there. So I guess Jubilee will just get rid of a threat. And Boom Boom might have to clear this one. It's going to be a little weird. May have to lose Cannonball. All right, so this is going to go down to 5. There's Jubilee. She is an X-Men, so we can heal her or put some attachments on her, so it won't be so bad. All right, we're going to pass turn over to here. A little messy with 2. Tuck this under here. All right, so first things first, we are going to have Cannonball attack here, deal 2 damage. And then we're going to play a Stealth Strike, 1, 2, 3, using our solid. Stealth Strike does 4 damage. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. 4 damage here, kills this minion, removes 2 threat from a scheme. We'll do that, and then I have to flip to the other form. The game is going well. Good morning, Mr. L. Oh, no problem. I am happy to play. I've been excited to play this. It's very fun. All right, so then what we will do is Jessica Jones will thwart for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove this Abduction Protocols, and we will get Wolfsbane, who is Rain Sinclair. And I apologize, on my other video, I called Wolfsbane a he, and it is a she. So thank you for everybody that corrected me on that. Cannonball will go to my discard pile, and I'll have Wolfsbane instead in play. And then, it might actually make sense, I'm going to... I could have played my Ready to Rumble first there, huh? Should I wait on that? No. All right, so then I'm going to have... I'm going to use my Phased and Confused to play Airwalk, because I'm in Phased Mass form. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. Clear this one. Oh, I should use some... No, I'm just going to get rid of Jessica Jones, because I'm not really going to have a ton of side schemes anymore. And I get Richter. After Richter attacks and deals damage to a villain, and each deal 1... Sorry. After Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with you. So Wolfsbane is going to attack here, remove the tough, take 2 because of Retaliate, also deal 2 damage to go down to 38. And then, how are we going to do this? We'll use Heroic Intuition to play a Ready to Rumble, so we have that out, and we'll hold Quick Shift, because that's going to be super helpful. And then, do we want to wait? No. Oh, you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to use the X-Jet and Ready to Rumble to play Heroic Intuition, because I just realized I had that extra resource there. Boom Boom is going to attack here, deal a damage, place a bomb counter. Wish I had something fun for a bomb counter. How about this this token here? All right. And take an extra one, so that's 2. She has 3 health, but plus 2. Oh, she actually deals 2 damage. So 36. And we're good. That is a turn. Ready up. Everybody here. I didn't have Richter attack, but I might try to get rid of that Retaliate before I do that and see if I get minions in front of me. This is going to pop. That was one. Oh, wait. Could have had people remove threat. Yeah, whatever. We'll go with our plan and we'll deal with it. Okay. What am I missing? What am I not thinking about? This goes off. At the end of the player phase, remove all bomb counter, deal 2 damage to each enemy for each bomb counter. So that is going to remove from there. I'm going to put the bomb counter back there. Down to 34. Look at us go. Have you already played all of the scenarios? Which one is your favorite? How do you rate the box in comparison with the other 4 boxes? So, yes, I've played everything. I will get to that. So tomorrow we're going to play the whole campaign, and then Larry and I will do that full review of all the things as well. I don't want to totally blow off that question. So I will say that this scenario is one of my favorites, as well as the Mansion Attack that we're going to play tonight. So those are probably 2 of my favorite scenarios in the box. The comparison to the other 4 boxes, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head right now, so I'll try to answer that tomorrow once we play through the whole campaign with somebody else as well. Looking forward to Wolverine. Nice. Definitely hack and slash true. All right, so Jubilee's over here. We're going to draw... wait, I didn't flip Colossus down, which I think was my plan. Yeah, sorry. So I did pass turn, but I wanted to flip Colossus down. When I flip down, I get to shuffle a Colossus card back into my deck. So usually I look for that organic steel, but I'm going to do this bulletproof protector that lets me ready for now. Sorry, I did forget to do that on my turn. I don't think it matters a ton when it's 2-player. I guess I wouldn't have known everything that I could clear, but life goes on. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have Wolverine able to come out, and I think Professor X as well. So that is an amazing turn of getting people out there. Over here, we're going to draw. We've got our Quick Shift. What are the odds we're going to end up with 2? Yep, there you go. They come together. This is why I like something like Jocasta with her, so I can break these out. All right, so there we go. We're going to add 2 threat here. This is going to go to 11. When this gets to 5 per player, we remove 5 per player, and the first player takes the top card of their deck and puts it face down under here. I don't know. I usually like to not know, but oh, man, there's my double energy. Rough. So that's going to be tough for getting rid of this. All right, so there we go. There's that. Then the Sentinel's going to scheme for 3 plus 2 is 5. And then over here is going to attack Shadowcat. I'm going to play 2 quick shifts. So now I count as defending. Each one says if I'm in phase mass form, draw 2 cards. So now I have 7 cards in my hand. And I am defending, which means I take no damage. So 2 plus, you are stunned. You are stunning. Oh, thank you, game. All right, and then cards go here. Relentless Robots. So that is going to have 6 on it. If I'm engaged with a Sentinel minion, I cannot thwart the scheme. A Sentinel Mark III has toughness, and then I search for an energy barrier, and I attach it. And slept in, playing catch-up. Looking forward to Storm. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think Jean Grey is the one I'm looking forward to the most. There. All right, so that is going to attach. Sorry, energy barrier is attach it to a minion. They get +2 damage, and they get a and give them a tough status card. But this already has a tough status card, so it's really just something I got to slice through there. I hope I have somebody that can slice through that. And then targeted from elimination. So I already have one, so that's going to gain Surge into Assault. So I'm getting attacked again. I should have switched forms. What am I at? 7 health, and it's going to be 2. Whew. Well, I will have to flip down and heal, but I will take it. So 2 + 2 is 4. I go to 3. Yikes. All right. There is that. We're going to pass Jubilee over here. So now we've got Sentry out. We survived that card, so it shouldn't be too bad. So when we're looking over here, I like to kind of look at my second one first. We could get Professor X out using these. We can get Wolverine out using these. I'd love to get attack training on Wolverine, but I don't. Oh, yeah, I will have an extra resource here. Can I get another card? Oh, yeah, I can get a card here. Oh, yeah. All right, so Wolverine with the attack training and Professor X are all coming out. This is our turn. This is going to be great. I can't wait. It's not forced. After you attack or defend in phase mass form, flip this card, forced response. Oh, after you attack or defend in solid mass form, response, flip this card. Yep, gotcha. Correct. Yeah, I wanted to be in that form, but I see what you're saying. So you could keep this here. You don't have to flip from this form to this form. Yep, that is correct. From the other one, there you do. Thank you for that correction. Okay. So, we got lots of options here. Namely, we need to get rid of this. I don't have a lot of threat removal. So I do have a skilled investigator, so I'll pop that down. I have allies who can't do much thwarting, but we do have Sentry. So I will exhaust to thwart. I will get rid of 2 here. Oh, I should get rid of Retaliate. So I'm going to spend these 3 mental resources to get rid of Retaliate. That will be big. Perfect. And then do I have lightnings? So I could also get rid of the 8, which I guess I'll do. Do I want to get rid of that? Sure. I got the 3. I'll get rid of this. So -8 hit points brings him down to 26. There. All right. So then we will do Deft Focus and Solid Mass Form to Shadowcat Surprise. Oh, no, that doesn't work. To get rid of Stunned. Oh, darn it. I didn't think that through. All right. That's okay. So we'll get rid of Stunned at least. Then we will flip down, because I don't have anybody with me, and I will heal 2 to go to 5. All right. Then we're not going to have Jubilee attack. We'll have Boom Boom attack, Wolfsbane, and Richter. So Wolfsbane's going to deal 2, Richter's going to deal 1, and then 1. Boom Boom's going to deal 2, and then place a counter. Richter takes 1, Boom Boom takes 1, Wolfsbane is out. Lots of allies in my deck now. I don't have a resource for that. Didn't clear that for Skilled Investigator, but we'll get there. All right, come over here. We are going to use the studio to discard. Oh, man, I got Iron Will, huh? Oh, I hate getting rid of this card. This gives me +1 thwart, and after I get rid of a card, I get to draw a card. But Wolverine and Professor X is no joke. So I think that's what we're going to have to do. All right, we're going to flip up, get a tough status card. We're going to use this double resource, Genius, plus the X-Jet to play Professor X. After he comes into play, I can confuse the villain, which is what I'm going to do. Ready an X-Men character, or stun a minion. So those are those options that I have there. Then, man, maybe I don't care about this attack training as much. Play Iron Will. I don't get any bonuses now. All right. So then I'm going to use these cards, which I'm going to use Titanium Muscles plus Power of Aggression plus Toe-to-Toe to play Wolverine. Wolverine is going to attack with Piercing, deal 3 damage, kill this minion. He takes 2 damage, but he heals 1 at the start of every turn. Then, I could put that attack train, but I think I'm going to hold both these because these are both real good. Then Professor X is going to thwart this for 3. Colossus is going to thwart it for 1 to clear it, so I don't get the additional card. And then Sentry is going to thwart the main scheme for 2. Yeah, I don't have enough X-Men. There's only 2 allies there, and then Shadowcat and Colossus, who I can't play when I'm playing the 2 of them, so there's not quite enough, obviously Professor X, to really make a full team yet, so I've had to throw in a couple other of my favorites. I didn't put in Hulk because I don't really need blockers with these heroes. That's one of the things. All right, we only draw 2 over here. We did get a Bulletproof Protector and this Iron Will, so we can get this down. Yeah, that'll be good. We really want to get these 2 in play, and then Toe-to-Toe is going to be kind of our end game. Go for the kill. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got a one way or another. I don't remember what else is still in there. We've got a Stealth Strike if something comes out. And Overwatch could help us with the one way or another, so pretty good shape there, and we'll be able to heal up with this. Oh, sorry, Kitty's Room, exhaust this. If you're in solid mass form, heal 2 damage. If you're in phase mass form, draw a card, and then you can use her ability to flip it to whatever form you want. So, there is that. All right, we add 2 here to go to 6. Then the villain schemes, but they are confused. And then the villain attacks here against Colossus. We're not going to block with Professor X, even though he goes away, because he would go under here. So we will just take the damage. 2 plus 2 is 4. Lose the tough status card. Trigger Organic Steel. Put that tough status card back on. All right. And then we are going to get another Sentinel here, which is perfect because we can take that one out. We're going to get this one that's going to go get us targeted for elimination. Which are probably cards I should get rid of at some point, but I haven't thus far. So this makes it so I cannot flip to Alter Ego if I have a Sentinel minion in front of me. I should make sure it's not. Yeah, Sentinel minion. All right, Jubilee passes over here. Professor X is gone. All right, goals for this turn are really to get down this Iron Will. So we'll use Titanium Muscles and Toe-to-Toe to play Iron Will. And then we will play... I could just kill both of them, huh? Whoops. No more abduction protocols. Does it make more sense to just ready, flip, and basically take both of them down? Wolverine heals. Yep, heals 1 at the start of my turn. I don't have a card for Jubilee. I might as well just do it. Oh, we didn't deal the 2 damage here. 18, so we're getting there. No, the minions haven't been an issue, but I've got a lot of minion kill, and I got all these allies really fast. All right, I'm going to punch over here for 4. And then I'm going to use Bulletproof Protector to remove my tough status card. Ready. When I remove a status card, I draw a card, and then I'm going to use this and put it on Wolverine. So now he has 6, and he attacks for 4. I am then going to thwart for 2, bring this down. I'm going to have Sentry thwart for 2. Bring that down. And then I will have Wolverine attack here for 4. And they both go to 3 damage. Pretty long scenarios, though, with all the minions and everything coming out. And I'm going to flip down again, because I'm going to keep that low. And this time I'm going to shuffle back in Organic Steel. Are there 2 in here? There are. Oh, I forgot about Lockjaw. I'll still shuffle 1 in. And we'll see what we get. All right. No Jubilee again, because she's going to die. I guess I could have put this thing on her. She can die in this scenario, though, too. I could just use her, because I need, I could finish this off or something. But I might as well leave her, because I can start spending those resources to deal damage. Alright, I have this Stealth Strike, but I don't think it's super necessary. Wait a second. I was flipped down. I'm going to heal 2 instead of drawing a card. And then, I don't know, because I'm not going to get anything great. I will flip up. I'm going to Overwatch this. So Overwatch lets me remove threat from something else when I remove threat from that. Do I want to do one way or another? I don't know what else is in there I can deal with. I've got 2 threat removal. Sure, let's just do it. Uh-oh. Oh no, no side schemes. Usually I track them. I didn't there because I haven't played it enough. All right, so Boom Boom will go away if I attack with her. So Richter's going to attack here, destroy this, and then deal a damage to the boss. I'm going to play Stealth Strike with Solid Mass Form. Flip to phased, deal 4 damage. So it's not great, but it's damage. I'm just going to have Boom Boom attack because I can't lose my minion. Or I can't lose my allies anyway because of this. I don't know if I said that correctly. Lose them. I will deal 2 and then put the bomb counter on there. And then I'm going to play Justice Served. What the heck? I'll play this one. Nah, I don't need that anymore. I'm not going to add any crisis icons. I will thwart for 2. And I'm actually just going to leave this in play. I'm not going to ready. All right, so we bring that all the way down. So now we have pretty intense control. We're going to get a couple extra cards here. And we should be in good shape to just go kill, kill, kill. All right, we are going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we've got the X Mansion. I really like this because this can come out and then it can heal Wolverine. I also have the Avengers Mansion. I know it's poor on theme. I think this late in the game I'm not going to get the Avengers Mansion out. Maid of Rage gives me +6 attacks. Now I can attack for 10, which is probably what I'm looking to do here. And then this Death Focus can help me get out Organic Steel. So I think that's kind of my plan here. It's actually I can play all of these cards. Yeah, and I should be good. And I could draw that. That's going to be another Organic Steel. I already know it because I didn't see 2 in my deck. So this could give me a card for a card, depending on where we're at. All right, Kitty's got to draw. What do we got here? That's okay. It's X-Men. Oh, what is that referencing? Oh, because minions haven't been a problem yet. What are people seeing? What are they liking? Are you liking the scenarios? The villains are very interesting to me. Not that I don't like playing new heroes. I definitely do. But the scenarios are the part that always kind of engage me and whatnot. All right, I got plenty of threat removal if I want it. I got an extra card here. So 2 goes on there. Over here, he's going to scheme. 2 + 0. There goes advance. Always love seeing that on that draw. Attacking here for 2. My health is relatively low, so I will exhaust to defend. 2 + exhaust your identity. Hey, perfect. And this does not get attached. So it's going to be 3. I take no damage and flip back over. Well, that worked out well. Card here, card here. This one is going to be a Sentinel at Quick Strikes, but I am in Alter Ego. Self-Repair, discard each status card from the villain, give them a tough status card, and heal 5 damage. No! They go to 16, and then Mutant Detected. Place the top card of my deck face down under here, or the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Alright, let's play the game. So I'm going to lose a Stealth Strike. Not too bad, I have 3 of them. So we got 2 cards under there. Where can we pop this? Maybe up over here. It says face down. I'm probably not supposed to look at it for that reason, which I think is what I would normally do. Yeah, she's really quite fun when you get all of her things going and working that. Again, I'm showing Justice, and she just works way better in aggression and protection right now. She's doing a great job removing threat, really just because of lay down the law, I think. There's so much, but she can ready so much. I think that's the part that's really neat with her. All right, Jubilee's coming over here. We do have ways to deal damage now. Gosh. All right, so Richter will attack, deal a damage here. Did I do this too? I don't think I actually did. We'll attack, deal a damage, then deal a damage, and then leave play. So if I attack with Jubilee here, either of them can kill it. Really, what I want to do is this Shadowcat surprise. Yep. All right, so I will play Shadowcat surprise using Def Focus and Solid Mass Form. I'm going to flip to this side. Nope, sorry, I'm going to flip to this side to phased. I ready. I deal 3 damage, which I'm just going to deal here. And then I can trigger Lay Down the Law or Airwalk. I'm just going to do Lay Down the Law to clear all the threat off of there. I will then deal 2 damage and flip back over. Bring this to 8. And I will put Eros into play so that I have Eros. All right. Down to 8. So then here, I'm going to play the X Mansion. Wolverine heals 1. I'll play the X Mansion. I can exhaust that to heal somebody. To heal an X-Men. Do I need this card? I'm going to use this to play that. These 2 are going to play this. Nope. Alright, so I'm not going to draw the extra card just because. I'll play Def Focus. Oh my gosh, I have the X-Jet too. I will... Could I use something else? Oh, perfect. I'll use the X-Jet here for Jubilee for a lightning so that she can deal 2 damage. Nice. Then I will flip up to Colossus and gain a tough status card. I will use Deft Focus and Titanium Muscles to play Organic Steel. Sentry will punch here for 3. Colossus will attack for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Made of Rage. Discard a tough status card. Gain Overkill and +6. So a total of 10. So 3 here and 7. We'll flip the Sentinel to the other side. And it goes to 36 health with a toughness and steady. And is now 2/3. That will kill this one. When I discarded my tough status card, I get to draw a card. So I am going to get this anyway. Actually, do I even want to do it? You may. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to get it anyway. And then I can trigger Organic Steel to put my tough status card back on. Then Wolverine will attack, deal 4 damage, bring the Sentinel down to 32, and get rid of the tough status card. And we are rolling. This is it now. 32 damage next turn. Game. Hopefully. That was overconfidence at its best. All right, I took the card there. Ready up over here. I always forget when I'm streaming with 2 decks. It's a lot of stuff everywhere. All right, let's see what we got. Magneto has to be better than Venom Goblin. More fun, better, harder? What do you mean by better? There you go, Spartan. I'm grabbing everything at the portal next Friday. Gold star award for this stream. Love seeing that. All right. Then over here, I'm drawing 5 cards. Do I get a quick shift? No. And I'm in solid mass. So, all right. You just have to figure out how to take some damage. Yeah, you'd think Colossus would be defending for other people and getting toughs, and I think you could do that as well. All right, can we deal 32 damage this turn? We do have a one way or another. 4 damage here. 5, 6, 7. Got 25 damage over here? No. 5, 9, 13, 16. We're just short 32, so it's going to probably take us 2 turns. All right, we add the 2 attacks over here. I guess I just take it. 3 plus 1 is 4. Go to 3. Attacks over here against Colossus. We'll take it. Plus 2 is 5. These go away. Organic Steel will give me back my tough. And I draw a card. Armor up. All right, and then we get our cards. We've almost gone through the deck. Advance. That's fine now. 2 plus 1 is 3, so this will go to 5. Sentinel Mark II. If Operation Zero Tolerance is in play, it gains Surge. So we're going to surge through to this one. We're going to attach this and give it a tough status card, and that will accelerate here. Less harsh, easier. Got it. Makes sense. Magneto is definitely hard, as you will hopefully see tomorrow. If we get that far, we're hoping we can stream the whole thing in a day. Should be able to, but we'll have to see. All right, and then another one. So Surge into Relentless Robots. All right, so we're going to have to figure out what to deal with and what not to deal with here. Here's Jubilee. So if I play this toe-to-toe, and I use Jubilee, that's going to be 5, 9, 11, 15, 18 damage. Right? So if I just did a direct 18, don't think I have a way to ready. I don't have a card draw. I do have a single card draw. 18. Then here I've got 6. That's 24. One way or another. 5, 26, 27. So I'm 5 damage short. All right, so let's be a little crazy. Let's play one way or another and see what we can put out to deal with. Does something have acceleration? Is that the only side scheme? Oh, no. All right, so note to self, there's no other side schemes. Okay, got it. So that's the one side scheme besides the abduction protocols. Okay. So we're not going to get there. So we're just going to keep it simple. Oh, I don't even have the resource to pay for that, huh? And do some control here. All right, so And Wolverine can take this out, right? So we'll kill this one with Wolverine. After Wolverine heals 1, so he'll be at 4. And Jubilee can take that one out with our Shadowcat card. We'll generate that resource and kill this one. Then we will play Organic Steel with these two. Not really worth holding any of those. To get 2 here, we'll attack for 4. Bring him down to 28. We will thwart for 2 to bring this down and get rid of the extra card. And we could toe-to-toe. We would get our thing back, huh? All right, so we'll play toe-to-toe with the Titanium Muscles. Villain attacks for 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the tough status card. Draw a card. Put it back on with this. Professor X. And then deal 5 damage down to 23. And I think I will just stay up because I have the tough status card. All right, over here, I can lay down the law to clear that one. All right, so I will stealth strike for 3. Yep. 2, 3. I'll choose to flip this. So that will deal 4 damage. And then when I flip, I'll use the X-Jet to lay down the law to clear this. When I clear this, I draw a card, which is going to be a Shadowcat surprise. I will attack for 2. Actually, I will thwart for 2, just to keep everything under control. And it's 3. And then I will use Interrogation Room and Deft Focus to ready, flip, deal 3 damage, down to 16. And then I will deal 2 more damage. And this flips over. Whew! I choose to flip this over. I use this Skilled Investigator. Arrows will clear this 2 threat, so there's none. And now we have to deal 14 damage next turn. Looks good. Do I even want to flip down? I do. Well, I guess I have phased. I'll stay up. People are happier when I stay up. It actually makes no sense. I should totally flip down. Because if I flip down, I can heal. Flip this, heal for 2. I can have extra cards. There's nowhere for anything to go. I guess Professor X readies me, so I'll keep him. 1, 2, 3. Well, he's definitely getting played. Maybe Magic 2. And then over here, I've got Lockheed and so much damage. Yeah, I got allies galore, Shadowcat surprise, Phase Strike. I mean, this is 11 damage right here. So, all right, here we go. Add 3 to the main scheme. I'm always looking for Jubilee to figure out where I'm at. All right, so getting attack for 3, plus give the villain a tough status card. So we will do that. I lose my tough, trigger Organic Steel, which goes away, get my tough back, and draw a card with my Iron Will, which does not have to be exhausted. There you go. There's a Steel Fist. So we are good. Over here, he's going to scheme for 2, plus 2 is 4, so this will go to 7. And then we each get a card. Mutant detected. Place the top card, or the villain attacks you. Yeah, go ahead and attack me. 3 plus, put this into play, engage with me. Alright, so I lose my tough status card, and I draw another card. Oh, darn, it's Made of Rage. Oh well, can't do it. Alright, and then this one here is going to be, ooh, he gains Retaliate. That's actually kind of a pain. Pass Jubilee over here. So Eros will get rid of this tough and die. I'm going to flip to phased form and draw an additional card. Kitty will flip up. I am going to use acute control And Wolfsbane and Cannonball to play Phased Strike. I deal 6 damage. And then I can remove an attachment that has hero action because I'm in phased mass form, so I don't take the Retaliate. Flip to this side. And then I will use my solid mass form to play Phase Strike again. Oops. With Shadowcat, Surprise, and Lockheed to deal 6 more damage. Bring to 2. Flip over. And then I will use Jubilee with the X-Jet to deal 2 damage and kill the boss. Nice. Done. There you go. Game 1. So that is the Night of the Sentinels, which is a really fun scenario. Two-handed on camera. Yeah. Yeah, I try to keep it organized and give myself space. It's weird. It's like zooming out more makes it tricky and whatnot. And read through the cards. I did better in the beginning reading through the cards than I did at the end. But yeah, I really like playing two-handed, and I wanted to show them both off. I thought about I could do one with Colossus and one with Shadowcat, but I enjoy the two of them playing off each other. All right, awesome. So that is that first scenario there that I was going to play. So now you just have to give me a little bit of setup time, and I'm going to switch and play the Master Mold scenario. So Master Mold, and we'll put Colossus on the right and Shadowcat on the left this time. Woo, really switching things up here. Give them back their cards. So Master Mold is the next scenario. Here, get rid of this. And this. So what do we think about this one? Great to watch. Good game. Thank you. Wolverine Ally was awesome. Yeah, he's so good when you could get him into play. It's hard. There was something else I had the option to play there, and I was like, should I play this, and should I get Attack Train? But it's like, when you can get Wolverine into play, these Sentinels all get tough all the time. The villains get tough all the time. It's like, it's amazing to deal 3 damage and remove all that stuff. And remove tough, rather. In fact, if I had a complaint about this box, it would be that there's too much tough. Like, everything's tough all the time. And it's, it's neat for, like, slowing you down or whatever, but it's a little bit frustrating. Like, it gets old after a little while. All right, bear with me while I count some cards here. Just make sure I have them all. So I need 24, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then I need the 4 allies. Boom, boom, 21. Cannonball, Wolfsbane, 2, 3, 3, and I got the other one. No, I got them all. Yeah, I wish they said something like pick a player and they gain the ally. Like, it's cool that it's the person who thwarted it because it kind of makes thematic sense that they rescued them. But I just think it would be neat to be able to give it to whoever so you don't get stuck with all these. All right, so that is that one. And set aside. Here's everything we're going to need because we use these exact same sets again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's 7 plus 7 plus 7? Yep, 21. Perfect. All right, so that's all going to go together. These will stay out. Then we're going to change our decks up here. Feel free to throw some things in comments. I've got to do this, focus down here kind of thing and make sure I've got everything. So it's harder for me to chat at the moment and get this all set up. All right, so I got those 15, and then they share some cards. So Def Focus stays. The triple resources stay. I think that stays there. All right, so I'm going to try these aggressive energies with her as well as surprise attacks. Put a boot camp and then Valkyrie and Marvel Boy because, again, just trying to get rid of toughs and take out some pretty heavy minions. There's going to be a lot of minions with this one because every time he schemes, he adds minions. All right, over here. Yeah, just tell me, what did you think of that scenario? Did that one look fun? I think it's a blast. I definitely breezed through it. It's a lot like Claw. It's just get control, and then the scenario gives you things. I'm really enjoying that. I like scenarios that like give you stuff. Basically, so it's like, oh, here's a bunch of allies and things, and it's kind of telling you what to do. But I could see some people kind of being annoyed with that, like, I don't really want it to tell me what to do. Like, I want my own plan or whatever. Could be better. All right. So I gave her the end of the phrase. Did I put magic in there? I can't remember. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Give me a second. I took a picture of the decks so I could do this relatively quickly. That was Colossus's. Did I really not take a picture of hers? Oh, man. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. And then he's got this set over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27. All right, so play with a 27 card deck here. I think I had it trimmed down, but we will let it be for now. All right, so here we go. This should be generally ready. So yeah, with Shadowcat, it's really just these events that I'm playing off of. I put a bunch of allies in. These are kind of just the allies I like. This is to get rid of these Sentinels, because this is a scenario, they have like 8 health. But the surprise attacks can work, as well as Valkyrie, and then Marvel Boy I could use to punch through. I got the Boot Camp in there to really just pump up Wolverine if I could get him out, so I could make him deal 5 damage. And then I end up giving her the X-Jet, and I'm going to try these aggressives. So I've got a lot of these that can deal damage. I actually feel like I have one too many toe-to-toes. No, I guess I just have one in there. Yeah. All right. So that's kind of that deck. I don't have these perfected, but hopefully will work well. Here's this. Let's see what we got in chat. Great to watch. Scarlet Witch would be killer in this. You're not tough, you're stunned. Oh yeah, switching him over. Is that what she does? Does she change a status? Isn't that what Doctor Strange does? But maybe I'm thinking something different. My favorite villain in the box was the one I just played, although I really like Mansion Attack that we're going to do tonight as well. Oh, Scarlet Witch is going to be in tonight's stream, yep. She can create assassins. Yeah, we got it. It's not a problem. I see everybody jumped on that there, and I don't think it's that big a deal. I think what you said still made sense. All right, over here, what I'm going to focus on, and I really should trim this deck down. So let me see. something I should build. All right, so what I really want to focus on is this defending without exhausting. So I've got these powerful punches to deal damage back, and then I want to be able to trigger Unflappable and the card that's in here, the Iron Will, so I can draw 2 cards every time I defend, is kind of the idea. And then I gave a bunch of double resources and put Professor X and Lockjaw in here so I would have threat removal, because that's the biggest issue I had in this one. So I've even got Nightcrawler and Daredevil. Brian DeCastro turned me on to Daredevil, who's 2 for 4 threat removal, which is awesome. But I'm really going to try to focus on these Defiances and Powerful Punches, and maybe Shadow and Steel. This is hard to trigger, trying to keep them, although I've been playing her a lot more in hero mode and keeping her alive. And then Jocasta to go get these things. So now I can defend, lose the tough status, hopefully put it back on, draw cards, and just have huge hand sizes. So that's the idea. Do I have too many double resources in here, though? Who is this going on? This is going on Nightcrawler. Wonder if I just live without it. I can't find a great way with them to use that other one. I'm just going to go with this, even though I think it's a little too big. I'll get rid of one of these power-ofs. Man, I like that X-Mansion so much, but maybe that's the other one to get rid of. Sure. All right, so we'll get it down to a 40-card deck. What is the one? The one that brings them into play, and then they count as defending? I haven't found a lot of great uses for that one yet. It feels like you could do it with Professor X, but then you don't get his 3 threat removal, and you could ready somebody if they were exhausted, so had they defended, but then you've got somebody who's defending anyway. So I found that to be a little clunky. So it feels like Nightcrawler might be the one, but then he can kind of come in, remove 2 threat, and do it himself. So I don't know that there's actually X-Men allies that want to do that. Polaris is the best one. She could come in, give herself a tough status card, and then remove it. So that card feels really strong to me, but I haven't been able to use it a whole bunch. Yeah, there you go. Essen is coming up in Germany, so that should be a whole bunch of fun there as well. All right. I'm going to try to dim this light over here on this side. Maybe a little bit better. All right. So let's get this set up. Actually, you know what? I am going to take a 60-second bathroom break, and then I will come right back. Where is my screen? Uh-oh. It's not working. So I will just be back. All right. See you all in 60 seconds. check. Yep, this is the one. All right, silly. I put two microphones right next to each other, so I had to figure out which one was which. With the X-Men out, will Rocket go into semi-retirement? No. No, Rocket is going to play this card, and it's going to be amazing. Powerful Punch. So you can play this when an enemy attacks. So a minion goes to attack anybody, and then Rocket plays this card, deals 4 damage to them, overkills, draws a new card. So good. So very excited. Yeah, so that's really cool. Giving, Late Night Gaming saying like giving Colossus tough status cards works really well with the Mystics, who I feel like do that a lot. I don't remember who else gives out tough status cards to other players' group, because you can use them very effectively. I haven't found that like ultimate multiplayer, I'm going to block for everybody all the time deck. I'm sure it's there. I haven't tried it. But, you know, playing Colossus in like a 3 or 4 player game and being protection and just, I'll block for everybody. And I've got tough status cards for days. Because Organic Steel, you can have 2 of them and you have your own tough, so they can replace it. You can play cards to block, so you can block for like 3 people. But the cool part is you're drawing cards. So you might draw into things that let you defend, which is kind of neat. So there is that. There's always something like Desperate Defense. Oh, it's actually a good time to mention, if you haven't entered the contest and you want to win the promos here, so these promos, including Desperate Defense, 3 copies of this, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you like the video, and then tell me in the comments of the video which hero you're looking forward to the most, and I will select 2 winners at random and send you all 12 promo cards. So there is that. All right. Yay. Because it's fun to win stuff. All right, so we'll get into Master Mold here. All right, so Master Mold has only 12 health per player, so we're only going to have 24 health there. And is tough, but is also stalwart, so there's no ability to stun or confuse here. When Master Mold, it's a 1/2, and when Master Mold schemes against you, discard cards from the encounter deck until a Sentinel minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with you. Do not give Master Mold a boost card for this activation. All right, so there's a couple things there. So Master Mold will only scheme for 1, will then put a minion in play with you, but they put it into play. It doesn't get revealed, and they don't get a boost card. So realize all of that. However, if it is the regular, structure of the villain turn, that minion will then scheme against you, that Sentinel minion. And so there are Sentinel minions in here that scheme for 2 and 3. So it's kind of like you're drawing a 2 or 3 boost card and then also have a minion you have to deal with. So I was hoping it was something that I could kind of, play around or take advantage of or something. And it's tricky with like Thor because you be an alter ego. So it only works well if you can get the minion to like actually advance. Sorry, the villain to advance, so kind of tricky to do there. That ability does stay the same all the way throughout. I've tried to read that over and over and make sure I'm not missing it changing. And then here, we play with Master Mold, the Sentinels, and the standard sets, and then we shuffle in 0 tolerance. So the previous one had 0 tolerance required and shuffled in Sentinels. This has Sentinels required and shuffles in 0 tolerance. So you could swap those out. And then we put the Magneto play into play under control of the first player, so we're going to use that as our first player marker. So we get Magneto. Magneto's going to help us take down Master Mold. So all Sentinel minions gain guard, so that is kind of good for Kitty because she can go around it using her ability, so that's nice that she has that. Magneto is a 2/3 with 5 health, which is a monster of an ally, and the first player controls it, doesn't count against ally limit, and after he defeats a Sentinel minion, you heal 1 damage from him. So he is a monster for taking those down. So we'll see how all that goes. What do we got over here? These are all the extra cards. Nice. We'll swap these because we're going here. So then to start off the game, what we have to do is each player has to discard cards until they find a Sentinel minion. Discard a Sentinel minion. Ugh. My brain is going faster than I'm talking. And put it into play with them. So there you go. We're starting off with a 3/3 with 8 health. And after this minion engages you, attach the topmost attachment from the discard pile to this minion, so there aren't any. That is a forced response, not a when revealed. And same thing over here, but there are no attachments, so at least we survived that. Then we would shuffle in our obligations. Star-Lord was dating Shadowcat. There you go. All right, so we've got Magneto to help us, but we've got 16 health worth of minions on the table to start. So yeah, Master Mold's only got 24, but we've got 16 health worth of minions, and oh, they're 3/3s, so we can't leave them out. So kind of crazy. So this only has a 6th threshold, and then it will go to the next stage. So that's also making it tricky. Like if I stayed down turn 1 here, then I would end up with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus another one already off the bat. So it almost trigger. But the good news is we can jump block in this one, so we've got a few things in our favor. All right, there we go. We should be shuffled up. Thanks for your patience. That took a little while. Looks like Sentry again, huh? All right, so we have this one to remove threat, but we don't have a ton of threat. We have this one for those. That's not a big deal. So we do have this Phased and Confused, which can make make an enemy not attack and then confuse them. So it's okay against Master Mold, but I don't think that's something that I'm going to focus on. I really just want damage out of the gate. I don't really need this Airwalk either, but Surprise Attack is amazing. We'll get rid of that and draw 3 more. Okay, we can't unfortunately attach this to Sentry, so this gives us like 7 damage. Could kill here, so we're close. We've also got Marvel Boy as a play if we want instead, so all right. Well, we've got options, so let's see. And then over here, 1, 2, I like having that Def Focus early. Defiance isn't going to help us here early. We've got a double resource to get this down for more damage. We could draw for one of our cards. Double resource is fine, so we'll just draw 1 and see what we get. Ah, Steel Fist, that's what we want. So these two should be able to play the Steel Fist with this. All right, and then we go get Organic Steel. Not sure I can play all of that stuff. And shuffle up. All right, so I think we have the damage to clear this, which will be good. We'll have to work with this a little bit. All right. So if we flip up and do this surprise attack, we could actually do it using this resource, right? So we flip up, we surprise attack using this one. We can then flip to phase mass form, deal 4 damage here. And then we can pop Sentry out, which is probably smart, and hold Marvel Boy for next turn. So Sentry comes out, we do get a card. Then we just got to figure out our numbers. Okay, so 5, this will flip if I do that. Do I need to do that? He could attack for 2. And punch one of these out. He can even attack for 3. So I will thwart here, and I'll have the 2 of them deal 6 damage over here. Magneto will take a damage because I'm not going to kill something, but I can just heal it again next turn. All right, so we got good damage out of the gate. Over here, then, are we going to play the studio to draw a card? So this is going to play this. This is going to drop this down. And then these two are going to play that, and we're one short of being able to play Organic Steel, which we probably want to hold, but we could get this card down. So we'll do this, and let's see what we get. Flip, we get another Steel Fist. We're going to drop down this Titanium Muscles. Flip. I have 2 Organic Steels in my deck, so that's kind of the idea for doing this otherwise. We're going to use this Steel Fist to play a Death Focus. And then these two are going to play Steel Fist, deal 5 damage here, destroy this minion. I'm not going to trigger the Stun and Confuse. And then Colossus can punch for 3 and take this one out. All right. Whew. Had to figure a little bit of that out. But that was our goal, turn 1, was to just kind of clear everything. Just don't get defense cards when I want defense cards. Hopefully over here we will. So we'll hold this double to see if we get Lockjaw or something. All right, so we did get Jocasta, so we can at least go back and get a Defiance. But same thing here. We're just not getting them when we want them. Where are these on your screen? I should slide up just a little bit. Huh? There. Oh, everything looks good. Hey, Paul. Thanks for popping in. Playing the new Marvel Champions here, which is pretty exciting. I know it's a game you enjoy as well. All right, adding 2 here. I am getting attacked over here. I can chump block, but I will just exhaust. And then we attach to a Sentinel minion. There aren't any, so this will fizzle, and this will flip. Then over here, we're getting attacked. We have our tough status card. If we take no damage, but we don't really have anything, so unfortunately, we're just going to lose that. But that was a little bit of that effect. So hey, we'll just take tough because it negates 5 damage. All right, this surges because there's no Sentinel minions. This is going to do Insert Virus Program. I love this. So it's an acceleration, but if we remove it, we get to deal 2 damage to every Sentinel enemy. This is going to Quick Strike me for 2, so I'm down to 7. And this is going to attach here. And it's going to stun if it deals damage and gets +1 attack. All right, Magneto's going to pop over to here. All right, so there we need to deal 6 damage, which is really just Colossus plus him. None of these really pay anything, so I do want to get a tough status card. All right, we will punch for 3, and Magneto will punch for 3, heal 1, and then take a damage, get rid of this minion. I'm going to put Jocasta out. Jocasta's going to go and get a Defiance from the discard pile. And then she can thwart for 2 off the main. I will flip down and shuffle my Organic Steel back in. Am I going to use that to try to find something? I don't think so. All right, so then over here, we have some options. Aha. We'll put Marvel Boy down. We will then spend a physical to give him piercing and range so he can get rid of the tough and deal 2 damage. Then Sentry can deal 3, go to 19. And then Shadowcat can use Solid and Kitty's Room to play Shadowcat Surprise, flip to this side, ready, deal 3 damage. And then I will actually thwart for 2 so that I can have that ready if there's a bunch of minions out. All right, there we go. 1, 2. Like this plan, like this setup. It's looking good. That's when everything goes well, right, everybody? All right, hey, there's Iron Will. That's huge. And Professor X. So these are the ones I'm looking to get out. It's a lot of stuff I want to get out. really all of this. I think Professor X might be on the go, the chopping block here. Although I've got 2 extra resources. That one's coming out. Still a resource or 2 short, but we'll see. All right. Over here, Shadowcat is going to draw 5. Come on, quick shift. Ugh, just not drawing it. So I could block with Marvel Boy, which I think will be my plan. All right. So, comes over here and schemes for 1. Sorry, adds 3, schemes for 1, and then flips to get a Sentinel minion who has Quick Strike and then schemes for 2. So this will go to 6. Then over here, I'm going to get attack. Marvel Boy is going to block it. 2 plus 0. He is discarded. And then we get cards. So we're going to get this one. The Sentinel Mark III is going to search the deck and discard pile for an energy barrier. Which gives +2 and tough. That minion is already tough, so it's kind of a funny little way they do that. And then another virus program. All right. So we could get rid of these to deal some significant damage, but I don't have nearly the threat removal I had last time. Now, I do have magic here, and I could use magic, although I don't have the resource I need. I could use magic to shuffle one of these back in, so I could get rid of this one. But I have damage, so let's see. I could get rid of 4, and that would deal 2 to each of these. Which then Magneto could just defeat him. I think we can make it work. What do we think of this scenario so far? Sorry, I should make sure that I'm engaged with all of you as well. So yeah, it's interesting. Master Mold, you're now going up to the factory. I love these that you can interact with. You see I'm adding more minions, so it makes it hard to flip down and go from there. What have I got here? I'm really just trying to get these cards out. I don't have resources to get over there. I mean, magic seems fun to try to play. Just to get her out. Shuffle this one back in. Maybe is smarter. Then I could use her to remove the tough at Magneto. Why don't I do that? So I can play with this one. All right, so I'll play magic, and then I'll use Power of Aggression for the resource. That will shuffle this one back in. Well, that one has Quick Strike, so that's probably kind of dumb, but I'll use her to attack here, get rid of the tough. And then Magneto will attack, heal 1, and kill it. Remember, those have guard, so we have to get through them. And then I've got this Shadowcat surprise that I can't use. So I will remove 2 threat from the main. And Sentry will do the same. Sentry going to 3. Did I thwart once and attack once? I believe so. She came out. Boom, boom, right? 3. Yeah, no, definitely the villain scenarios feel different. The heroes are unique like the heroes are. You know, they're not over the top different. All right, so let's flip to see what we get for a card. It is a bulletproof protector. We will put Colossus, or flip Colossus over, gain a tough status. We will then use Death Focus and Defiance. To play Iron Will. Can I get there? Then I'll play Bulletproof Protector to give myself a second tough. Trigger Iron Will to draw a card. And then Titanium Muscles will give me my Organic Steel for free. I can then thwart for 2. But I will attack for 3 Bring him down to 13. I will play Bulletproof Protector, discard a Tough, ready, trigger Organic Steel to get the Tough back, draw a card. I guess I have enough now for Professor X, huh? So I will attack again for 3. This is kind of funny. I will play Professor X. I will ready myself. I will attack again for 3. Go to 7, and then Professor X will thwart this one down to 3. All right. Well, I got everything out I wanted. Yeah, it does feel a lot like Zola. It's a good point. I mean, yeah, we're always going to have, oh, this feels like that feels like this, right? Like, that's just going to be part of the game forever. So now I've got my pistol and my repurpose, so I could do a lot of damage if I was able to ready like I just did. But it might be a little too early for all of that. This one feels like it's going to go faster. I've had a lot of trouble with this one. Now it just doesn't seem as bad. All right, I got my Shadowcat surprise and my surprise attack, which is a great way to just deal damage. Still no way to block. I've got Wolverine again. Doesn't seem as relevant. But we'll have to see. All right, we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4 to the main scheme. So this is going to go to 6. He is then going to attack Shadowcat because Magneto is here. I guess I'll just block and take no damage. 2, 3, 4. Seems like a good plan. Flip over. And then over here, Colossus is getting attacked. I want to trigger this, but I have Professor X. So I will block 2, 3. Professor X is out. And then we get cards. Shadow the Past. I was waiting for it. Okay. Here we go. Now it got interesting. If you tuned out, tune back in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the White Queen. Villainous, 1/1. While she's engaged with you, you are confused. So I cannot thwart anything. Then the Hellfire Club is coming out. Player defeated this scheme, searches the encounter deck discard pile and set aside for a copy of the Hellfire Pawn minion and puts it into play. So these minions are Guard Patrol with Surge, but of course the Surge wouldn't trigger if you put them into play from that. And then this Telepathic Restraint makes you stunned. So she confuses you while she's in play, and then she can attach this to you to make you stunned. Welcome to the game, everybody. All right, now it's an acceleration haven. Everybody cheers for Shadow the Past. Yay! Because we want to see the cards, for sure. Cool. Well, it felt like I was like, oh gosh, this is going really smoothly. Another Relentless Robot. So look at that. I have to thwart, and I can't. Okay. Pass this over here. And away we go. So I've got Daredevil, so I'm lying a little bit when I say I can't thwart. So we got 2 there. We got 2 on Magneto. We got 2 on Colossus, right? We got things that could come out for free, like Daredevil. So let's play a free Daredevil with this Titanium Muscles. Sounds good. Everyone agrees. All right. Then let's use... Boy, another Organic Steel just seems good. So let's use Repurpose and Def Focus to play another Organic Steel, since that's kind of the thing I'm focusing on, is keeping my tough status cards. We'll hold this, and then how are we killing this one here? So he attacks for 3, but thwarts for 2. Thwarts for 2, thwarts for 2. There's no Sentinels, so we really want to remove these. We really want to remove this. 2, 4, 6. She's got Shadowcat Surprise. Between that and Surprise Attack, can bring Wolverine into play, which I might just do. He's so good. Yeah. Alright, so Wolverine and Magic can kill there. Alright, cool. So 2, 4, 6. We're going to thwart this one down, get rid of this Relentless Robots. He takes 2. He takes 1. Go here. We'll stay up. We'll keep this. We'll pass turn over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play Wolverine. Very expensive. 3, 4, 5. He will attack. We'll kill here. He takes 2 damage. Magic takes 1 damage. And then Sentry... I guess thwarts here. Alright, and then maybe we get a bunch of Sentinel minions and everything dies. Could flip down to get one, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to go to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a weird spot to be in. Were there 2 of these or 3 of these? 6 and 7. We'll stay up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, we just can't draw those quick ones when I want to. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a Defiance. I may play the one on Jocasta here, though. We don't have her unflappable yet. Still think we're in good shape. Okay. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to go to 9, so I did that math bad. He will attack here. I will play Defiance off of Jocasta, so I count as defending. I cancel this card, which if it could be a boost, I know I have Tough. I'll do Tough, Organic Steel, trigger this, put it back on, draw a card with Iron Will. So now we've got Nightcrawler and 5 cards. All right. Then, oh, here we go. Tax Shadowcat. I will block for Shadowcat. Plays this. I guess I already count as defending. So I will take the card, which is a 0. I will lose a Tough status card, use this Organic Steel to put it back on. That goes there. And then I draw a card. Ah, and there's my unflappable. So now I have a 6-card hand. Perfect. And I've got Jocasta who can thwart for 2 before I go through my deck. Life is good. All right, card here, card here. Game heard it was being too nice. Homesick, so I can flip down and exhaust, or I discard each Tough status card with gain Surge. All right, so I will discard each Tough status card. That's 2 discarded, and I will draw 2 cards. I will also flip, and that lets me shuffle a card back in, which would be my first choice. At this point, I think we want damage. So let's shuffle a Maid of Rage back in. And we'll draw 2. Armor Up and Lockjaw. Haven't needed Lockjaw. Although we have all this threat, and I'm saying that. Alright, and it's an assault, so she's getting attacked again. So we will block with magic. 2 plus 2 is 4, and magic is out. Alright. So now we got all this to contend with. We definitely have some damage we could pump in here. Wolverine's going to heal 1. Lockheed could come into play and deal some damage. We got this into the fray. I thought this aggressive energy into the fray was going to be super clutch, but I just don't have minions. So it's kind of funny when I was like, oh, I've been dealing with so many. So we'll get rid of this Hellfire Club. I think will be our main focus. We'd have to attack with something, so maybe we do this Phase Strike. 1, 2, 3. And I will Phase Strike, deal 6 damage. Flip over. He goes to 1. Why did I want to be in this form? I have no idea. Oh, for Lockheed? Alright, so myself and Magneto will get rid of this Hellfire Club. When we do that, we have to go get a minion. Put them into play. And Sentry will take that minion out. Wish I had found a way to deal 1 more damage. I'll put this acute control into play. Wait on Lockheed there. And Wolverine could attack, but I think it's fine. Instead of doing that, I could have removed this and then let him attack. I did what I did. All right. So there's that. We're going to save this for when there's a tough there, although we do have this pistol too, so maybe I will do all of this. Don't think I have a way to ready. So we'll use the studio to get a card. An armor up. We'll flip up, gain a tough status card. Is it a good campaign? Well, you can check it out tomorrow and see what you think about the campaign. We are playing at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, which I believe would be 3 o'clock UK, 4 o'clock the rest of Europe, if I have my times correctly right now. Changes a bit. Oh, I want to play this Maid of Rage, but I just don't have a way to ready. So I'm going to pop this pistol down with counters on it. Then I'm going to play my Unflappable with my Lockjaw. I'm going to have Daredevil and Jocasta clear this virus program. And deal 2 damage, so that will flip Master Mold, who has a toughness and now 28 health. They're gone. I will use the pistol to clear the tough. That's going to do with Wolverine, but maybe he'll just gain another one. And then I'm going to play these 3 for Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler is going to come in and thwart for 2. Alright, so 28 damage to victory is not too bad. Especially with this Maid of Rage that can deal 9. We'll hold that. 1, 2, 3, so we can Powerful Punch here to count as defending, which will be good. We can get that back on. Yeah, should be in good shape. And we can use Nightcrawler if we need to put somebody back in the deck. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got an into the fray. We've got a Toto. Hey, there's a quick shift. Finally. Cool. All right. So this should be good here. We're going to add 3 to go to 10. They are pre-built decks, but that's not... Sorry. There are pre-built decks in aggression and protection, but I am playing built decks. Tomorrow we'll play the pre-builts, although we'll probably adjust a few cards. Like Colossus comes in hers. We'll probably pull that. So we'll tell you the cards that we're pulling, but for the most part, we'll play them, as is. There. All right. Master Mold is attacking over here, and I will play Quick Shift to count as defending, and draw 2. And I will play Quick Shift to count as defending, and draw 2. So now I have a 7-card hand size. Attacks for 3, plus 1 is 4. I block it all and switch to this side. Then Colossus is getting attacked. I will play Shadow and Steel, my team-up card. I will block all of the damage, which is 5, and then I will deal 4 damage back. I defended, and I didn't take any damage, so I will trigger my Unflappable, which will draw me a card and go through the deck. Yeah, I want to do the reviews with Larry, so I want to play through the whole thing and then give people like, hey, here's us having just played it, and then when we refer to things, I don't have to kind of refer you to the other video. So plus it gives me another play to form my opinions. They are overall positive, but this is my favorite game, so shouldn't shock anybody. All right, so that one's there. That's going to gain guard. This one's coming into play and is going to have a tough and is going to get energy barrier, which I think I could pull from the deck as well. I'm not sure which is smarter. And, okay. Targeted for elimination. There you go. Everybody. So if we thwart this down, we will deal 2 damage across the board, which is definitely where we want to be. That's hers. She's gotten into the fray, so she could clear some people out and a toe-to-toe. I just have a Maid of Rage. So who can thwart here? Really? So I'd have to use both of them? Do I have anything that removes threat? He did not deal damage. Yes. No. Ah! I don't have a way to ready. Alright, so what is the smartest way to do this? Is it to have them thwart these? It is. Okay. So I'll have them 2 remove the threat here. Nightcrawler's out. Magneto gains another damage. That's going to deal 2 damage to all of these. So 2, 2, and 2. We'll bring these ones down. Then I'm going to have Colossus attack with Maid of Rage. Gives him +6 and overkill. So he's going to be 3. +6 is 9. Deal 4 here. And 5 overkill here to go to 19. Trigger Organic Steel, get this back. I don't know why I always want to discard that way. Draw a card with Iron Will. And then use Titanium Muscles and my double to put Polaris into play. She will give me a tough status card. And these 2 will attack for 3 and clear this one. All right, Shadowcat and Wolverine. Wolverine heals 1. Then I will... I'll just play into the fray. So I'll use this Genius and my Solid to play into the fray to deal 6 damage. So that's 3. I don't have one of those ones that boosts it, right? And removes 3 threat from here to bring this to 7. And I will go to this form. Then I will use Toe-to-Toe to play Death Focus. Death Focus, X-Jet, and Endurance will play Phased Strike to deal 6 damage. Bringing them to 13. I will remove 2 threat. And Wolverine will attack for 3 down to 10. Okay. I had a lot more issues defeating these on my own, on camera. It's going very well, which is abnormal, I think, most of the time. But there you go. Also, haven't been flipping down much at all, which I think I did more, and that caused a lot more trouble. But I may want to flip her down. It's going to go 7, 8, 9. So if I draw a 3, I'm going to risk it. All right. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to draw through first. Oh, we're good. Oh, no. Oh, thanks, Sam. I just saw that. Okay, so we've got a Shadowcat surprise. We really never got boot camp going. There is that over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will we draw a defense card? No. Ugh, so frustrating. Like, I know how I want this to work, but it's just not working that way. All right, so we add 2 threat to this because we haven't gone through the deck. He's going to attack over here for 3. So do I block? Yeah, because I got Bulletproof Protector. So I will defend. He will attack for 3. 6. Beautiful. Tough status goes away. I didn't take any damage. Draw a card. Iron Will draws a card. So I get 2 card draw for that. Oh, yeah. And there's Repurpose. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Done. Over here, he's going to scheme for 2 and then draw for a Sentinel. So we're hoping just not to get a Sentinel with 3. And that's a Hellfire pawn. Oh, and the last one is the Sentinel. If I'll reach it down, otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for it. Set it aside. All right. So then that will scheme for 1 to bring this to 10. And then we have to go find Operation Zero Tolerance. So this part's kind of cool. They bring this into play, and now there is this loss condition, and you can't block. But you can thwart it for 6, and then it's gone. So it's not quite as rough as it is in the other one. No, I haven't had issues with resource generation or card draw. Yeah, it's interesting because she has the one built in. So I didn't put, like, which I could. I definitely could see doing more build. What is the card I'm thinking of? Martial Prowess in her deck. I did put a Sense of Justice in the other one because this one deals damage. Plays attack events, but yeah, it's a little different there, so... All right, Magneto comes over here. And I will just flip up. I'm going to go to this form. And I'm going to Into the Fray. 1, 2, 3. This gives it +1. So it's going to deal 7 damage. So 2 here and then removes 5 threat from the main scheme. So that is done. Wolverine will attack for 3. Go to 7. Magneto will attack for 3. Go to 4. Magneto's out and goes to the victory display. Wolverine should have healed 1. Then Shadowcat will attack for 2. This flips over down to 2. And then I will use Into the Fray and Death Focus to play Shadowcat Surprise, killing him, readying, removing 2 threat from here. Come over to here. Did I never flip his card? Caught off guard. Sorry about that, everybody. I'll get rid of the studio. I cheated. Then I love this. So then I will play Repurpose to get rid of the gun. Give myself +2 attack. So now I can attack for 5. I'm just showing off now. Bulletproof Protector readies me. I get rid of this, so I draw a card. Attack for 5 more. Yada, yada, yada. There you go. She's got 2, so plenty of damage. There you go. All right, that is 2 scenarios. So we played the Master Mold scenario, and we played the Night of the Sentinels scenario. Tonight we will play the Mansion Attacks. That's going to be Maurice, myself, Spartan, and Descry are all going to play together, so that should be a good time. So please join us at 7:30 p.m. this evening, and you can see a 4-player game, which is one of my favorite player counts. I love 3- and 4-player games. They can be long. It'll be new stuff, but I think I can move everybody through it pretty well. And we will try to defend the mansion from the Brotherhood attack and whatnot. So those are those scenarios. If people have questions, I am willing to stick around and answer them and let you know. Don't forget about the contest where you can win these lovely promo cards by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and giving me a comment down below. Actually, if you're watching live and you can comment afterward, you'll make my life a lot easier, but I'll try to go through the one here as well and get everybody written down. And then I will select 2 random winners who will win all 12 of these promo cards, which will be super sweet. So there is that. Don't forget to do that and whatnot. So Happy Mutant Genesis. This comes out September 30th, so it is 10 days away, I guess 11 days from now. So it should be super awesome. And then tomorrow we will play the campaign, Larry and I, from start to finish, so you'll be able to see all of that, read through the nice comic book that comes in there, and see how they build all that stuff. All right? Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a blast. I've been excited to play this for everybody. And then, it's a nice time frame that you'll be able to have it in 10 days, so it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I got to wait forever. Like, it's soon. And I'm excited next week to get Cyclops and Jean Grey, because I don't have those two, so that should be good. Cool. So what did you see you liked? What didn't you like? I heard some people saying Shadowcat looks more interesting than they thought. Even Colossus, what was interesting to you? Which of these scenarios seemed interesting to you? I played them on Standard. I was having trouble beating things on Expert, and then it seemed like, and I was even having some trouble with Standard. It wasn't overly difficult, but they were long, and both the ones today seemed like my plan just worked, and it played itself out. I love that Magneto's in this scenario, so I really like that about this one, as well as I like those upload virus. That's really neat. Obviously the same there, getting those allies and everything. That was a fun way to redo it. I kind of like when they redo ideas that they've had already and give you that. I think Mansion Attack is something totally new. We're going to have multiple villains again in a different way, so I think that'll be interesting to see. No. The other people I play with do not have the cards, so they're just going to play various heroes. I think we have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in there, and Spectrum, so we have kind of mutant-esque heroes in, but they don't have the cards, so I will be running Shadowcat, and they will be running the other ones. They'll be running those other heroes, and then I will have the scenario, so there's that. Also, I'll give a shout out to Roy Candidate over on the Dice Tower channel. He has the box as well. He's going to be playing at 3 p.m. Eastern, so that's about 4 hours from now. So please go over there and watch his. If you haven't checked out Dice Tower, they're like one of the largest channels for reviewing games, like over 300,000 subscribers. And they review all sorts of board games. They do an amazing job. They're very good friends of mine. Eric Summer, who you see on the channel, plays at our shop. He's local. And Roy is also a friend of mine before he even worked at Dice Tower. So definitely go check out his play. He brings a lot of energy. He loves the game and whatnot. So it should be really fun to watch his. So that's at 3 p.m. today. So you could just watch Mutant Genesis back to back to back to back today and then join us tomorrow. I'm not sure about later this week what I'll be able to fit in, making sure that I spend some nights with my family as well. But obviously been waiting for this week and it's been exciting. So I'll try to get various other plays and maybe do some random ones and whatnot. I struggled a little bit to build them both in leadership because I don't have any X-Men allies. So, I could put in allies and do strength and numbers and just draw a bunch of cards. But I don't know how interesting it's going to be. Like, her catch is that, she can generate resources for attack events and defense events. But it's not super interesting without X-Men allies. So I had nowhere to do that. He certainly could, defend for allies and kind of keep them in play. And being a 4-hand size, draw more cards. You can see Colossus has good access to resources and drawing cards, so it works out nicely there. But yeah, I haven't done much with them in leadership, so maybe I'll try to do something just to do it. All right, let's see. This looks great. I totally agree. It's a great box. I'm not trying to be coy when I do I'm not going to review it yet and whatnot. I'm just going to try to put it there and give something on that for people to watch. If I'm smart, I'll remember to hit record before Larry and I talk about all that and maybe make a separate video of that so people don't have to watch the whole stream there. Also, definitely check in on that stream tomorrow, even if you're not interested in seeing the campaign, because there will be more giveaways, so you definitely want to check that out. No, the Wolverine ally will not be more popular than the hero. I don't think you have to worry about that. Steve is here. He says, how'd it go? It went great. I was struggling to beat some of these, and it was not an issue. I did play on Standard, and it's a little trickier on Expert. They definitely, a lot of them punish you for flipping down, or not being able to. So that strategy's out. But both these heroes are pretty happy to stay up. Colossus needs to flip down if he doesn't have tough status cards, because you kind of need to reset that. And when I ran out of tough status cards, I had tough status cards, but it forced me to flip and discard, and I drew cards for it, so it wasn't so bad. Oh, actually, you know what? I cheated on that, because I wouldn't have been in hero form, and I bet it's a hero response. So I shouldn't have been able to flip down if I was going to do that. Okay, so I missed that. I'm guessing Iron Will is a hero response. It is, so I wouldn't have been able to draw the cards. So I might have had the 2 less cards. That could have been interesting. I'm the Candyman, yeah. Yep, so Magneto will be the last one. I figured I'd kind of say that. I figured people have seen Sabretooth. I don't know, and I think that's what Roy's going to play today, so I left that for there. We did these two. We'll do Mansion Attacks, and then we'll play through them all, and you'll see Magneto at the end. He is hard, but I will tell you that I managed to win a 2-player game against Magneto. Finally, when we thought we were down and out, but we did manage to do it, so that was good. More questions, more things I can answer, other things I can do. Go check out the video from this morning as well, and you can see all the cards on there. So you can see all that stuff. Enter the contest. Yeah, check out more things. I don't know. That's pretty much what I've got for you. And yeah, it looks like if you go to Hall of Heroes now, everything is up. You'll see the link to the video that I did this morning. Yeah, and you can get the cards here on Hall of Heroes as well. So good job, Chris, Mag, for getting all that stuff up, and you can go check it out on Hall of Heroes now as well. Although I just remembered that I forgot to get the campaign booklet, so I'll have to go do that and get that up there as well. Oh, no problem. I'm happy to do it. I hope it's a good time frame for people, too. Like, I know there's some people who are like, oh, you have it early, or I want it early, or why are you showing everything off? And that's fine. I'm not particularly, I don't find the game. I could see Arkham Horror being something where, oh, I don't really want to know. This one, I don't find knowing the scenarios makes them, any different. They're not super story-based, which I think they could do more of, even adding in some campaign scenarios or whatever, which they did a little bit here. No, what do I want to say? Not campaign scenarios. Campaign schemes, which you'll see some of in the campaign. So, to each their own, but I like this kind of 10-day time frame. It gives you time to see it and get an idea, and you get to get excited. I think that's really the idea, is to be excited, because X-Men are super close, and I know people have been waiting for X-Men, so that's going to be that. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. I see there's a ton of people here. 26. So if you have more questions, I'm kind of sticking around a little bit. I did not enter the FFG contest. Did the date end? Is it this week? There's a contest to make your own campaign. It's not really actually my creative outlet. Making custom characters, custom content isn't really there. I did try to think of something like the villains that have like attachments and things, or start with stuff and play, like flowing through those. I thought would be kind of interesting. Steve does a lot better with that stuff, kind of coming up with those creative ways to change them. I'm usually happy to play villains as there are, and there's so many. I mean, I like to shuffle in modulars because that can be a little bit of fun, but I'm not really the person that's like, ooh, let me shuffle in these impossible modulars to this impossible villain and then, show I can defeat it. I'm happy to play them and switch up my decks, and even, oh, this works really well, but let me not play that again. That was exciting that I used Marvel Boy there for piercing. Put him in there. I was like, well, he's got piercing, so maybe that's what I'm going to need, but didn't get there. You're welcome, Dan. No problem. Happy to do it. It was lots of fun. It was way too short of a time frame. Yeah, it is tough, right? You get an idea, you're stewing on it for a day, you go back at it a week later, and then all of a sudden you realize, I have 3 days to get this done. So, but I think they just wanted. Did somebody say it was supposed to be 4 or 5? I thought it was only supposed to be 3, but somebody said it could be any number that you want. But one that's just kind of 3 scenarios and tying them together was neat. And I think really what would interest me would be people that would put significant story into that, and using some of those upgrades and things to make it interesting. Like I thought they did a good job with the one we did at Con of Heroes. Like, you got all these upgrades, and then the villain was getting upgrades, and I just think that's really fun. That's what makes it exciting to do. Like, oh, I never play this way, so it's cool to get this stuff for free. 3 to 5 scenarios. Okay. Yeah, I really think 3 is the sweet spot. I'm really excited for that Mojo Mania, because there's like 3 that are connected in a box. That feels like something you could sit down and play in a single night, or a single, sit down. It's, it might run you 3 hours, but 3 hours is, a long board game. So it feels like you could kind of fit it in that time frame, which to me is exciting. That's how I kind of like to play the campaigns. Again, I don't have a problem with something like Arkham, or a campaign game that says like, hey, this is really something you're going to stick to one scenario a night, progress significantly, another one, story, replay it. There's really something here, and I think that's a different experience than what Marvel Champions is trying to do. I don't really want Marvel to do that. The campaigns are actually probably my least favorite part of the game, and I'm glad they're there. I like to do them kind of the first time and maybe run through the expert. But honestly, Rise of Red Skull is the one I find myself going back to, because it is that, like, here's free candy, and I can knock the whole thing out solo, like, while my family's watching a movie. It feels like I could do it in, 2+ hours. So it's nice. Yeah, it could be a lot to track. We'll have to see, but yeah, I think it's going to be super fun. I love the idea of 3 scenarios in a box that are connected. So that's that. Yeah, other things to show up. The Mutant Protectors card is something I didn't get to. I didn't even use the one. It's in his kit, and I thought it would work well with Colossus. It's like when you play a defense card, you can draw a card. I think that's going to work a lot better in multiplayer, specifically 3 and 4, where you use something like Desperate Defense. And then you play, oh, this card lets me play Desperate Defense for free, and then draw a card to replace it. And then when I defend, I'm going to take no damage, and Unflappable is going to draw. So next thing I know, I play this with that card. But I also, there's also the one that just pays for this for free. So it's a little bit interesting what you're going to want to do there. And then Shadowcat obviously has stuff where she can do that as well and defend, pay for stuff. So they've kind of got that similar feel in protection and aggression. They both work well there, and I haven't found great ways. I don't really know what Colossus does in Justice, other than just like, hey, I've got tough status cards. Like, but Justice can always be a little funny. Like, okay, I'm going to play this. Like, he might also play Lay Down the Law well if you're flipping back and forth a lot to control that stuff. That's where she worked really well, was using the Lay Down the Law, because she can change forms, so that kind of works well. It is a defense-traded card. But then the ally counts as defending, so you wouldn't trigger Unflappable, you wouldn't lose your tough status, so it feels weird with him. And then you're putting in... So again, Polaris is the one that makes the most sense. She comes in, she gives herself a tough status card, she defends, she blocks with tough, and then she'll ready on the next turn to be able to deal damage. So just in general, with anybody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to play that card super well. Like, it's cool with Nightcrawler, but he already has that ability and thwarts for 2, so you're putting people in cheaper, which is nice. But yeah, that's really all we have so far is Nightcrawler. Now, you could do it with Shadowcat as well, which is in his deck. She's got 3 health, so if you could do it against a minion, it's a way to pay essentially 2 to get her in play, take a damage. So I think there's some ideas there, but yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, I guess you could play it with that card and then be able to defend. So I'm sure we'll see more. We'll see plenty more X-Men, so it'll just make sense as we roll forward. Awesome. Well, this was great. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all joining me. I'll just reiterate all the things. Definitely check out the contest and enter that so you can win those, and I'll mail those out to people. How long am I going to give that? I think I'll give it 2 weeks. So we'll go till the Monday after it comes out. Would that be October 3rd? So we'll go till October 3rd collecting those on the videos. And stay tuned for the one tomorrow as well as tonight. So 7:30 tonight. Check out Roy's play on the Dice Tower at 3 today. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. are the games you're going to see. And then we'll see what I can get in later for this week. If you didn't see on Facebook in the group there, I posted a little video of me playing the X-Men theme song on the piano. So that was fun to learn as well. So you can check that out if you're not on Facebook. Then you wouldn't see that there, but I posted that there. I might have put it a couple other places on Discord or something, but that was fun to just kind of learn that little lead line and get excited for that because I am a musician as well. All right, well, I still see there's a ton of people, but I don't see a ton of questions, so I think I'm going to head out and get reset for tonight. Thanks, everybody. X-Men is here. It's very close, so it's exciting. It'll be awesome. Hopefully you'll have friends and other people jumping in because maybe X-Men will excite them and whatnot. But until next time, my name is the Brandt, and I hope you step into the portal. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Happy Monday. Happy Mutant Genesis week. I suppose that's really next week, right? But we'll get it started. We'll let it be Happy Mutant Genesis week for like 10 days, right? Let's just do it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.